for. Now, there is no excuse not to eat your greens. Here with great ways to include them in our diet is home economist Mairlyn Smith. Look at all the greens! Look at all this stuff! Hello. Hello. This is so crucial for good health, but it seems to be the thing that people avoid the most. Wouldn't you say?
I would say that, and things that make you have gas. So they're kind of all in that same, that whole cruciferous vegetable. A lot of people, try to avoid those ones as well. But we're supposed to have at least one serving of leafy greens every single day.
Every day.
Every single day. And not only because they have amazing B vitamins, which are good for mood, but especially it has folate in it.
Yes.
And folate can help protect your DNA. You don't want to be messing with your DNA, right?
Okay.
But it's also got calcium and vitamin C and a whole bunch of other wonderful things.
Yeah.
And I brought some examples of stuff that you can find in your grocery store right now. So that's just regular kale, but they have like Tuscan kale or black kale, which I couldn't find in the store this week, but you can usually find it.
Is it a different taste?
It has a little bit milder. And you know what? When my son was little, he would, when we had friends over, his friends over, I would always serve all this stuff, and he'd go, "It looks scary, but it's really not," because kale is like, it looks intimidating, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And when it's cooked, it's very mild. It's when people are juicing them or putting them in blender drinks that you get that really sharp flavor, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the kale. Now these are two different kinds of Swiss chard, which I love. This really goes with the dreaded shrinkage. So when you buy it, like this buy a lot, right? And I actually grow it in my garden in the summertime. It's really easy to grow.
Yes.
So good for you. The different colors are a little bit different nutrient-wise, but really no big deal.
Okay.
And then there's dandelions.
So good for you.
So good for you, and I so don't like them. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
They're bitter.
They're bitter, and I've tried that. My Italian friends say, you boil it for 30 seconds and then you saute. I still don't like it. It's still not great for me, but I know a lot of people who do, and so I didn't want to slag, but so if you like them, good for you. They're really good for you because they are bitter, and anything that's bitter has actually got another hit of nutrients in it.
And this is like detox, like it's good for detoxing, right?
It's just good to get everything moving through.
It gets it moving through, and it's in your backyard.
It's in your backyard. Now, mine don't look like this, and if you have any sprays or a dog out there, don't be doing that. But anyway, that'd be awful.
Maybe go buy it at the store.
This is a little different tasting. Anyway, so this is arugula, which is very similar to dandelion, and I use a lot of arugula. And then watercress is highly underrated.
I love it.
I love watercress too. This is what I put in my green drinks.
So good.
And Sir Francis Bacon, about 1600, I don't know when he was around, he said it actually prevented wrinkles. So I just read that the other day, so I'm going to eat one of these every day going forward. I may even rub it on my face. And then spinach, you can buy it bulk baby, or you can buy leaf, okay? Now the other one as far as green and stuff, and the reason I brought them is that kale is one of those genius foods that are in two different categories. So it's in the leafy greens, but it's also in cruciferous, and these vegetables plus kale actually show that it can reduce your chance of developing certain cancers. Okay? It's not a guarantee for anything, but when you support your body and give it the best it can be, then it's got a fighting chance, right?
Beautiful.
Okay. And now what do I do with it? So I make green drinks occasionally. I'm not a big advocate of having them every day, because I think if God wanted you to have an entire head of kale, he would have, made it, I don't know. Made it easier, right? Okay.
Come on.
So, and I don't use kale in my drinks because I think it's a bit bitter, but I use watercress. So this is watercress and a bunch of, you just make them up. Sometimes they're disgusting, and other times you just have a good one. I know.
I need a little bit of sweet, so like apple or something.
I stick in apple juice, lemon, ginger, and some people put pineapple in it. I also use a lot of greens in soup. So and we always eat a lot of soup. It's so good for you to hydrate. You get you more vegetables. So those are kind of the easy ways to do it. And then I tell people to buy a big head of kale every week, and then I make two different things out of it usually. So I put it in a lot of pasta dishes. So the second segment, I'm going to show you a pasta dish.
Yes.
But with the rest of the kale that you buy, I'm going to make a salad out of it. Okay. So when you buy it, make sure that you put it in a double plastic bag so that you're giving it a little greenhouse effect. Or what I do, if I don't do that, if I'm really organized, then I will wash this up and take the stalks off it, and then I actually take it off, take the stalk right off, because this is the bitter part. And I think if you don't know anything about kale and you ate that, you'd go, why do people even eat this? This is
it's
awful.
The worst thing ever.
Worst thing ever. So what I do is I just shave it off with a knife, and then I have my leafy greens already, and I'll even go to more trouble and actually do a chiffonade.
That's smart.
So then it's already, and because kale is so hardy, you can actually just store it in a plastic bag like that, and so when you're ready to go, you just put it into a salad or throw it into the soup or put it into. I wouldn't even do that for the smoothie. I just dump the whole thing.
Okay.
Put the whole thing.
Do you do the massaging of the kale?
No, I think that's a bunch of bunk. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I do.
You're not into the massaging.
No, and I think it's because people
But the
don't
kale
take...
likes it.
No, baloney.
So if you do it in a salad, like that salad looks amazing.
I'm going to show you.
Okay, you're going to show me.
Okay, good. So here's the deal.
It looks like it's well coated.
Yeah, well, you just toss it a lot.
Just
I mean, the
toss it.
massaging, I think, is because they don't take the stem off, and they're trying to break down the stem. That's just don't put the stem in it.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, don't do it.
Okay,
Wait,
so
don't waste your time. I don't know who made that up. Anyway, so here's my salad dressing: pure maple syrup, pure apple cider vinegar, the one with the mother in it that's got some stuff on the bottom.
Okay.
You can use canola or extra virgin olive oil. I used extra virgin olive oil on this because I wanted to have the flavor. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Dijon, grainy Dijon, to give it some emulsification. There's your home ec lesson for the day. And then we're going to throw, this calls for 4 cups, and I think there's more than 4 cups, so we'll just put that much in. And then when you toss it, you just toss it in the oil a lot before you actually put anything else in, so it gets really, really well coated. Okay, so just redistribute all of that good kale. And you know what? I like the fact that you use as much of the kale as possible. Yes. Like, get into it before it turns to slime in the crisper drawer. That is the evil drawer. It's such an evil drawer. And people throw their food away, and it makes me so sad. Use so much. 40% of our food we throw away. I know. Like, that's a lot of money. It's very sad. But it's also natural resources and people's time. Wasted. So there's the mango. I just want to show you a little mango tip if I've got time. How to get the mango off, and here's what you do. Where's my knife? Here it is. So a mango's pit is in the middle, and so if you slice it on either side of the pit, and then you usually never hit the pit, and then you eat this over the sink. The pro. Anyway, this has got avocado and pumpkin seeds and feta. You can get the recipe on your site. It's so yummy. Serve it with some leftover protein from the night before and you've got dinner. I don't usually get drooly over kale, but man, that looks good. I'm so happy. That looks very good. Cityline.tv, and so good for you too.